Friedrich Merz now stands as Germany's Chancellor, a pivotal moment in German politics. His ascent to this powerful position marks the culmination of years of dedication and strategic maneuvering within the political landscape, marking a shift toward conservatism. This transition signals a potential change in policy direction and priorities for the nation, moving away from the more centrist approaches of the past. His rise was defined by patience, a quality that has served him well in navigating the often turbulent waters of German politics. He waited for the opportune moment, demonstrating a keen understanding of the political climate. Persistence, a relentless drive to achieve his goals, even in the face of setbacks and opposition. This unwavering commitment has been a hallmark of his career, and a business-friendly approach. He is expected to implement policies that foster economic growth and create a more favorable environment for businesses to thrive. Once a rival to Angela Merkel, their relationship was marked by both competition and respect, shaping the political discourse within the CDU for years. Merz returned to lead the CDU, revitalizing the party and setting a new course for its future. His leadership has brought a renewed sense of purpose and direction to the party, promising core conservative values, a return to traditional principles that resonate with a significant portion of the German electorate, and economic strength. He aims to bolster Germany's position as a leading economic power in Europe and the world. Supporters see him as a strong, pragmatic leader for complex times, someone capable of navigating the challenges facing Germany with a steady hand and a clear vision. Merz is reserved, choosing his words carefully, a deliberate approach that reflects his thoughtful and analytical nature. A stark contrast to many modern politicians, who often prioritize quick soundbites and social media engagement over substantive policy discussions. His style is measured, reflecting a calm and composed demeanor that inspires confidence and trust, built on substance over soundbites. He prioritizes in-depth analysis and well-reasoned arguments over fleeting moments of political theater. Expectations are high, as many look to him to provide strong leadership and address the pressing issues facing the nation. As Germany faces economic challenges, including rising inflation, supply chain disruptions, and the need to transition to a more sustainable economy, and geopolitical challenges, navigating an increasingly complex and uncertain world order. The war in Ukraine, a conflict that has had a profound impact on Europe and the world, demanding a strong and unified response, and tense relations with major powers loom large, requiring careful diplomacy and strategic decision-making. Merz must balance domestic needs, addressing the concerns and priorities of the German people, with global responsibilities fulfilling Germany's role as a leading member of the international community. Uniting a divided Europe is also on his agenda, fostering greater cooperation and solidarity among member states. His leadership is crucial, at this critical juncture in history, to steer Germany and Europe towards a more stable and prosperous future, for both Germany and the continent. The decisions he makes will have far-reaching consequences for the entire region. The world is watching, eager to see how he will navigate these complex challenges and shape the future of Germany and Europe, to see if his vision brings clarity, providing a clear path forward in these uncertain times. Can his reserved style succeed on the global stage? Will his measured approach be effective in navigating the complexities of international relations? Germany's future, and Europe's, hinges on his ability to lead effectively and make sound decisions. May depend on it. The weight of responsibility rests heavily on his shoulders. The next chapter begins now, a new era for Germany under the leadership of Friedrich Merz. Chancellor Merz is known for his concise, direct communication. He avoids lengthy explanations, preferring clarity and focus. Germans appreciate this no-nonsense approach, seeing it as a sign of serious leadership. Unlike leaders who rely on charisma, Merz's strength is his competence and policy expertise. He builds arguments on facts, not emotion. This appeals to voters who value intellectual rigor. On the world stage, his style is both an asset and a challenge. Diplomacy often requires nuance, but Merz's directness can cut through posturing. When he speaks, people listen. His words carry weight. In a world of constant chatter, his quiet determination stands out. His approach commands attention in a uniquely Merz way. Whether this style will work internationally remains to be seen. For now, it defines his leadership. The meeting between Friedrich Merz, a prominent figure in German politics, and Donald Trump, then President of the United States, represented a crucial moment in transatlantic relations. This wasn't just another routine diplomatic encounter. It was a meeting laden with significance, given the complexities of the existing political landscape. It was pivotal for German-American relations, a chance to bridge divides and reaffirm the importance of this long-standing alliance. The stakes were high, with the potential to either strengthen or further strain the ties between these two influential nations. Trump's presidency had strained alliances, creating a sense of uncertainty and unease among traditional allies, particularly within Europe. His America First policy had ruffled feathers and challenged the established norms of international cooperation, and Friedrich Merz knew this encounter required a unique approach, a departure from conventional diplomatic strategies. He understood the need to navigate Trump's unconventional style and find common ground amidst differing perspectives. He prepared meticulously, delving into the nuances of Trump's political ideology and communication style. He recognized that a deep understanding of his counterpart was essential for a productive dialogue. Studying Trump's direct transactional style, Merz sought to tailor his own approach to resonate with the American president. He knew that traditional diplomatic niceties might not be as effective as a clear and concise presentation of German interests. Merz avoided charm offensives and lengthy debates, recognizing that Trump often favored brevity and directness. He aimed to cut through the noise and focus on the core issues at hand, opting for calm resolve and a measured tone. He believed that projecting confidence and stability would be more persuasive than emotional appeals or aggressive rhetoric. The Oval Office atmosphere was tense. A palpable sense of anticipation hung in the air. The room, a symbol of American power and influence, set the stage for a potentially pivotal exchange. Trump dominant, projecting his characteristic assertiveness, while Merz remained quietly confident, holding his ground with a subtle yet firm demeanor. Both men sized each other up, engaging in a silent assessment of their counterparts' strengths and weaknesses. It was a moment of strategic calculation, as each leader sought to gain an advantage in the upcoming discussion, each waiting for the other's move, like players in a high-stakes diplomatic chess match. The opening gambit would be crucial in setting the tone and direction of the conversation. Trump expected a typical European politician, someone perhaps more inclined towards diplomatic formalities and cautious pronouncements. Merz was anything but, bringing a unique blend of experience and a willingness to engage in direct, substantive dialogue. The opening moment set the tone, establishing the parameters for a discussion that would be both challenging and potentially transformative. For their entire discussion, shaping the trajectory of their exchange and influencing the potential for future collaboration. Merz's reserved nature, a stark contrast to Trump's more flamboyant persona, matched Trump's preference for straightforwardness, creating an unexpected point of connection between the two leaders. He focused on substance, not spectacle, prioritizing concrete issues and tangible outcomes over political posturing. This approach was a departure, a deliberate attempt to circumvent the usual diplomatic dance and get straight to the heart of the matter. From what Trump usually encountered, presenting a refreshing and perhaps even disarming contrast to the typical diplomatic encounters he was accustomed to. Merz's preparation and composure were evident, signaling to Trump that he was dealing with a serious and well-informed counterpart. The meeting was more than diplomatic routine. It transcended the typical formalities and protocols of international relations. It was a test of styles, a clash of personalities and approaches that would ultimately determine the success or failure of their dialogue. Both leaders recognized the stakes, understanding that the outcome of their meeting would have far-reaching implications for the future of German-American relations. Their interaction would shape future relations, setting a precedent for how these two powerful nations would engage with each other in the years to come. The world watched closely, aware that this meeting could potentially alter the course of international diplomacy and redefine the transatlantic partnership. In navigating the complexities of international relations, Friedrich Merz adopted a unique strategy when dealing with Donald Trump. Unlike many others who tried to mirror Trump's persona, Merz didn't flatter Trump or mimic his style. He understood that authenticity would be his greatest asset. Instead, he stayed true to himself. He recognized the importance of maintaining his own identity and principles, even when engaging with someone as unconventional as Trump. He was respectful, always acknowledging Trump's position and perspective, but also firm and direct, never shying away from stating his own views or defending Germany's interests. He approached discussions by focusing on shared interests, identifying areas of common ground where collaboration could be mutually beneficial. Unlike others who might have tried to dominate the conversation or impress with grand gestures, Merz didn't try to outdo Trump. He avoided any appearance of being subservient, understanding that a relationship built on equality would be more sustainable. He spoke candidly about Germany's contributions to the global economy and international security, and he outlined mutual goals with clarity and conviction, without apology or hesitation. He presented a vision for the future that acknowledged both nations' needs and aspirations. Trump, who often respects strength and directness, listened intently to Merz's arguments. Merz's straightforwardness and candor resonated with Trump, cutting through the usual diplomatic niceties. His approach proved to be far more effective than diplomatic platitudes or attempts at ingratiation. He presented himself as an equal partner, ready to engage in constructive dialogue, not as a supplicant seeking favors. His arguments were based on logic and data, not on emotional appeals or personal sentiments. This business-like approach, focused on tangible results, ultimately appealed to Trump's deal-making instincts and pragmatic worldview. Merz spoke a language of business and mutual benefit that Trump readily understood. Trump, who was often dismissive of traditional politicians and their rhetoric, saw in Merz a serious and focused leader, someone who prioritized substance over style. Their meeting was centered around achieving concrete outcomes and addressing shared challenges, rather than engaging in grand gestures or symbolic displays. Merz's quiet strength and understated confidence struck a chord with Trump, who valued these qualities in others. A foundation for a productive and mutually beneficial working relationship was laid during that initial encounter. The encounter ultimately demonstrated that substance and genuine engagement can often trump superficial style and empty promises. Merz's pragmatic and respectful approach earned Trump's respect and attention, and it set the stage for future cooperation and collaboration between Germany and the United States. Merz won Trump's trust through consistency and directness. He focused on tangible cooperation, defense spending, trade, and shared concerns about China. Merz avoided lecturing or ideological debates, framing issues in terms Trump valued. This pragmatic approach bypassed clashes and found common ground. Trump began to see Merz as a reliable counterpart. Their direct communication allowed for frank discussions and avoided misunderstandings. The relationship didn't erase disagreements, but it enabled productive talks. Merz's style proved effective, even with unconventional leaders. The direct channel became a key asset for German diplomacy. It showed Merz's strategic acumen. His approach was about results, not rhetoric. It strengthened Germany's position. Germany, under Merz, seeks economic stability and strong U.S. ties. Avoiding trade wars and ensuring market access are top priorities. Security is also crucial. Germany values its NATO partnership and U.S. role in Europe. Merz wants Germany seen as a reliable ally, meeting defense commitments. A stable U.S. relationship boosts Germany's influence in the EU and globally. Merz aims to shape transatlantic policy on issues like climate and digital regulation. He seeks a balanced partnership, mutual respect, not dependency. Frank discussions, even on disagreements, are essential. The goal, a resilient transatlantic bond that serves both nations' long-term interests. Merz's approach is about building trust and stability. A stable relationship with the U.S. offers Germany economic certainty and security. Avoiding trade disputes and fostering investment are key benefits. Stronger security guarantees and intelligence sharing could follow. The U.S. gains a more committed German partner in NATO and trade. Cooperation on global challenges, China, terrorism, technology, becomes easier. Merz's approach could align Germany more closely with U.S. interests. Both sides benefit from a predictable, functional relationship. Clear communication helps manage disagreements. The bond may be more transactional, but it serves core interests. In a turbulent world, practical cooperation matters most. Germany risks over-reliance on a volatile partner like Trump. Sudden policy shifts could disrupt German strategy. Prioritizing U.S. ties might strain EU unity and create divisions. The U.S. also faces risks. Merz may not deliver on all commitments due to German politics. Extreme U.S. policies could force Germany to seek other alliances. Other European partners may feel sidelined, weakening cohesion. Merz must balance U.S. relations with European solidarity. The relationship is fragile, shaped by personal and political shifts. If demands become too costly, Merz faces tough choices. Sustaining this engagement requires constant recalibration. The Merz-Trump dynamic could reshape EU-US relations. Some European leaders may emulate Merz's style, others may resist, fearing EU fragmentation. Germany's choices will influence the EU's path. China and Russia will watch closely, seeking opportunities or weaknesses. Traditional allies will reassess their own strategies. International institutions could be weakened if Germany aligns too closely with a skeptical U.S. Merz may try to keep the U.S. engaged in global frameworks. The balancing act has global consequences. Will this lead to stability or new uncertainties? The answers will shape the future of global politics.